We are here at 6 First Street, Wetumpka, Alabama, 36092. Claim number is 0189. C as in cat, 580. M as in Mary. We're going to be attempting a repair on this shingle right here. Obviously, very wind damaged shingle. Without me even lifting it, you can tell it's breakage of the matting. Water barrier is completely compromised. So this is the shingle that we're going to be attempting a repair on. You can tell by just me lifting it, even 30 degrees. So what we're using today is an industry standard flat bar. The reason I say industry standard is because a roof snake, not industry standard. Reason being because every time we use a roof snake properly, every time we hammer down on it, it makes hail-like impacts to the shingles below. Second reason being because we couldn't find a roof snake in the Montgomery area today. So we're gonna get along with this repair here. Should only take us a few minutes. First thing I'm gonna do is get the damaged shingle out. And while I'm doing that, I'm only gonna be lifting the shingles above high enough to get those fasteners out. Okay, I'm not gonna be lifting those any further than I need to cause any further damage to the shingles above. I'm only gonna be lifting them high enough to get those fasteners out. So let's go ahead and do that. Go ahead and break these seals in case they're not. Luckily, these seals are pretty easy to break. That's a good thing. We always like to see that when repairing. So let's go ahead and get these fasteners out. See, we already had a nail tear through here. It's already tearing through the hole every time I try to lift it. It's already showing that these shingles are a little too old and brittle so far to be repairing. Yep, another nail pull through. You can see I can't even get that nail out. The nail's here, pulling through. I can't get it out. Trying my best to get it up without damaging these shingles further. Luckily, I was able to squeeze it out of there. Really is another nail pull through there, but purpose of this video, I think I might be able to get it from the top here. Yeah, I was able to get it there. Move on to the top row here. I do want to point out though, just by lifting these first row of shingles here. You can see delamination. I know this is the damaged shingle, it's already pulling apart. When I was pulling across these other ones, this is only lifting 20 degrees, by the way, just in case you're wondering why I'm going back. It is delaminated. You can see the separation of the shingles there. We're gonna look across, go to the top row of the shingles here. So it's gonna be right here. Again, as you can see, delaminating of the shingles. You can see they're delaminating here. Just by lifting them 15, 20 degrees, they're starting to separate here and towards the up top part. Go ahead and get this second nail out. Go a little faster here. Get this over with. Even though, like I said, nail pull throughs, these delamination, it already constitutes for a failure of repairing these shingles. But again, I'm just gonna continue because once we nail in these new fasteners, I want you to see that we're gonna barely be lifting the shingles high enough just to nail in the new fasteners, as careful as we can be, and we'll see what happens to the damaged shingles around here. Should only be one or two more here. Again, most people, especially when doing a quick repair, they're lifting these shingles a good 20, 30, 40 degrees. I'm not even lifting these shingles 10, 15, would you say? Maybe yep, 15 degrees. And they're already delaminating, like I said. See, you can see the separation here. See the separation on these shingles. That's not even considering all the nail pull-throughs. So right now we're just trying to get the nails out. We'll see what happens when we refasten these fasteners. Looks like we got one more here. That one actually came out pretty easily. So, all right, let's go ahead and pull this old shingle out. Looks like an old Atlas shingle, as you can see right here, Miami-Dade County. Old Atlas shingle though. Main thing to mention is shingle we are pulling out, obviously. When damaged, I'm not even lifting the shingle at all. When I do, you can see that that water barrier is completely broken. Fiberglass matting is broken. So just so you know, we're not pulling out some random shingle. All right, just for today's video, we're gonna be putting in a new shingle. Just so you know, it's not any shingle just like it was before, not any Atlas old shingle, anything like that. You can probably tell by the exposure, it's a newer shingle. You don't know what color this is, do you?
State gray.
State gray. Yep. Owens Corning?
Yep.
Yep, Owens Corning State gray. Even though it may not be the same size, we're about to find out here, but either way, it's gonna do for today's repair video. We got the exposure all up in there, so it's about where it would sit. It looks maybe a little bit longer. You can show that if you want. Actually, a lot longer. See how much longer it is than that shingle. It's about where it's sitting right there. Not to say that the shingle is anything but might not be compatible with today's materials. So, like I said, first thing we're going to do is show you that we're only going to nail these shingles in. We're only going to nail these fasteners in or be lifting these shingles high enough to nail these fasteners in. And as high as we're going to lift them is just to nail these fasteners in and get this new shingle into place. Damn. See, I'm only lifting the shingle. It's probably 40 degrees. Can't even get this fastener in here. As you can see, it's already starting to crease here. Apologize for the delay here. Again, being as careful as possible. I know that one was a little difficult. At the corner of a shingle, it's hard to get these to lift up, especially when they're delaminating like they are. The rest of the repair should be pretty smooth going. I'm not even lifting these shingles high enough to get these fasteners in place, so I'm gonna go to a normal shingle repair. I was trying to be gentle on these shingles because I didn't want to continue this repair with how much it was delaminating, how much it was damaging the shingles above, but I'm still only going to lift these shingles high enough to get a clean strike on the nail. Wasn't doing that before only because I wanted to save as much to the shingle as I possibly could. Should be a clean repair from here on out though. Really bend. To the next. God. little easier to go in finally. Alright, hopefully we'll be able to get these top row in pretty quick, but again, I do this all the time. It just goes to show how unrepairable these shingles are. Again, whole shingle, seal broken, and it's still delamination, you see? It's only about 20% there. I can't even lift these shingles high enough to get this nail properly into place, but I'm gonna do my best. With my experience, I should be able to. It's impossible almost, man. I can't get this nail in here. It's extremely hard to get these in, and I want to point out it's not because of doing the repair like normally. It's because the shingles can't lift even 25 degrees without delaminating, without ripping. This rip just happened. Watch the video back, you can see that it just happened. The only thing here to make sure that this doesn't become a point of leak into the house, I'm gonna go into the nail holes, or at least right next to the nail holes that they had before, just for the sake of finishing this repair video.